Overlay. Wow. Nice. I do seem to win the die roll a lot. I think the die roll, yeah, it's kind of scary. Die roll is just going to be so important, honestly. Who first? I think I'd rather play Incubation Druid first, have Incubation Druid die. I really dislike the invitational format for making everyone play BO1 to prepare for it. Yeah, I think you're not the only one that's not been loving the fact that a lot of the streamers are just jamming best of ones. It definitely, I could definitely see the mind numbness of it. I think the event's gonna be cool and exciting, and the whole deck thing is cool. But I agree that in the meantime, while we're all trying to figure out best of one, it's probably not the greatest for all the viewers. I kind of want to play just Gross Chamber Guardian. That makes sense. Probably not. It's probably bad. Alright, I'll just play Autumn, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and gain 4. It's kind of sketchy though. Autumn's pretty key, in case you have the Frenzy. Hey Auntie, hey King Art. Yeah, apparently they don't always pick the hand that's closest to the correct distribution, so people can't quote unquote game it, I guess. Maybe it's like percentage of the time it chooses the hand with more lands or the proper ratio of lands, and sometimes not. Is there any data collected on BO1 meta? I don't think so. I'm pretty much, I'll counter that. I'll counter anything at this point. Been crushing was my Boris Brute. Got my ring back today. Yeah, I saw it the first time. Saw your message the first time. You can share your Boris Brew. Crushing is a pretty vague word, especially on Arena. There's a lot of people who crush. How many? 11? Oh. Alright, the good news is they have no cards in hand. The bad news is I'm dead on board. What if I find a knight and gain 4? I go up to 8, and if they draw land, I can survive. Wait, what? Alright, it's not adapted yet. Alright. Ban Pigeon, living up to the name. I won the die roll too, and I had a reasonable opening hand, so that's not a very good sign. I'm a bit worried. Obviously, I want a deck that beats Mono Red. I don't know what the meta is going to be like in best of ones, but we'll see. Feel free if you have a best of one brews or theory on what could be good in best of ones. Seems like it's just the exact same deck as in best of three. It's Esper, lots of Esper, lots of White Weenie, more red. I guess there's red is the big difference between best of one and best of three. There's so much more red. Like in theory, you want like So I think you're gonna have most of the tier 1 decks that are gonna be good best of 1 no matter what. And then maybe you have like tier 2 deck that would be bad because of sideboard cards that can be good in best of 1s. The one that comes to mind is, I was thinking about it earlier, was Undergrowth. Because one of the big problems with Undergrowth was when people brought in Phoenixes against you. That was a big problem. There was also Tocatli Honor Guard, which was a huge pain. I think Tocatli Honor Guard might be a card that was like the most annoying. Like same thing for the white-green Explorer deck. Tocatli Honor Guard. So I was thinking about these decks that get wrecked by Tocatli Honor Guard after sideboard, and thinking if maybe they can maybe be good in best of 1s. Temur Rec is pretty good. I don't think that makes a ton of sense because Temur Rec's worst matchup is Mono Red and Mono White, and these are very popular. I don't know why Temur Rec would be especially good. I don't even think it's that good against Esper. I mean, it's a fine deck, but I think Enchantment Jank gets a lot better in BO1. What's Enchantment Jank? Kaya might be good. Yeah, I've definitely had people that Golden Donkey, Johnny Chapman, who said he was doing pretty good, was a white-black deck. That was like that was a while ago, like almost a month ago. Like, Kaya seems like a good card, but I mean, white-black control is historically so clunky, you know. You're playing all your spells at sorcery speed, you don't have great card advantage. You know, you start building, and then I'm sure at some point you're like, why am I not playing Esper? Why am I not playing Teferi in this deck? You know, I'm assuming you're probably just playing a bad Esper deck. Toowoomba says, I just made deck free to call the Honor Guard in my Mono White deck. Is there a lot of Sultai? I mean, it's decent against Chain Welder, I guess. And it's okay against, it affects Trickster. Problem is pretty bad against Esper. Maybe it's not even that bad because Crab the Carnarium is just so popular, so having a 1/3 is actually somewhat valuable. How do you play an Honor Guard in your deck? You just not play Loxodon? Oh, the Bugler Hostage Shaker list. I mean, I saw the list. I saw it made tougher to do at a GP. We did not test it, and I've never played Woods. I've never even played against it, so I'm assuming it's not very good. All right, I'm not in a rush here. I mean, I could probably play this game like literally 20 different ways and win it. You just play Unbreakable Formation? Yeah, I mean, most versions play both. So you guys play 4 Unbreakable Formation to make up for it? Grixis Shadow versus Hardened Scales. Sure. So they have no cards in hand? Whatever. We'll probably kill them pretty fast. That's a really slow draw. Good to know I can beat a mediocre red draw. Honor Guard turns off Dauntless Bodyguard. Does it? I thought maybe somehow a Bodyguard was a weird, like, meddling mage type effect. Was it even worth blocking? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm actual 0% to lose this game. And before alright. I was kind of trying to lose this game by not gaining life, not keeping mana up. Oh, 750. That's a good one for my deck to cast 40 creature spells. For the last 6 hours, PV has been jamming BO1 versus Esper/Moderate to no success. Just the usual 50-50, trying very different decks, and then switched to Gruul with Phoenixes, Spellbreaker, Chainwhirler, and started winning a bit more than 50-50. It felt like the best deck of the bunch he tried today. Oh, thanks for the report. Appreciate it. Yeah, BO1 is extremely coin flippy. I mean, I think I'm going to spend, what are we? I'm going to spend a few days like brewing and stuff, trying a few different things, different ideas. And then it's probably going to be some mindlessly figuring out which deck has a 2% edge on the field, you know. Which deck's 51-49 and which deck's 49-58 or something dumb like that. It's crazy how slowly a lot of streamers are climbing just because they're playing BO1. Yep. No, I mean, it is a huge difference, obviously. Just your win rate crumbles. There's a reason all the good players were playing best of 3. Speaking of... Not too sure what to do. I'm just gonna say go. Might be Fury. This is probably the Gruul list PV is playing. It could be. I mean, Gruul's pretty popular on Arena. It wasn't very popular at the PT, but I think it's right there, like tier 2, tier 1.5. The Invitational is at the end of March. Hashtag sponsored. Hashtag answering questions. Sorry, Sauce. I mean, I played the PTQ too. He started trio, but he lost the next 2. Let's see it. 24 lands, 4 shock, 4 lightning strike, 4 reinforcement. This deck looks kind of bad. I think your curve is... I think you're gonna have so many clunky hands. Not sure you can build a deck like that. It's kind of hard to build a beatdown deck, because you're kind of trying to beat down, but then you also have these like mid-range kind of creatures. You're kind of in between, I feel. Kind of weird. I get on top with the fairy again. It's been good so far. Yeah, but you're playing at silver and gold, right? The level of play has to be fairly weak. Yeah, to Umbo. You can share links, any reasonable links, deck lists, memes. As long as it's not mean/hateful, etc. Hey Felix, what's up, buddy? Why I'm sad because I'm playing Arena. Why not take 2 to make the craziest 5-5? Yeah, at that point I thought... as a just rule of thumb, when it looks like the game's pretty much over, I'm not really, gonna make the optimal play every time. That's a lot of 2-drops. Don't you own way more 1-drops? You only have 4, 8, 12. 12 1-drops plus landing, that's 16. I guess you only have... Yeah, I mean, it's a wide deck. Yeah, I mean, it looks fine. It's kind of interesting to not play our main deck. Definitely interesting. So the cool thing is now I can just make a bunch of mana right away. But now I can't adapt it anymore. Tron versus Weir Prison. Oh, Marcus. Our own Ascendius feature match. In the feature match. Playing Weir Prison against Tron. That's a pretty close matchup. I think it's supposed to be favored for the prison deck if you play the matchup well. What happened there? Why are these red decks drawing so poorly? Did PV get to Mythic, or feels like much harder to get to Mythic? Or maybe last time I got to Mythic pretty fast just playing Mono Blue best of free, mostly I think, in Sultai best of free. Someone just asked how Weir wins when Marcus has literally 2 planeswalkers in play. I guess that's the reason to... No, never mind. I was going to say something dumb. Alright, I'll just play Elf. I don't know if Elf is right, actually. I think maybe I should have played Gross Chamber Guardian. So they probably have a counter spell, which kind of sucks for me. Because it didn't trickster my Elf. So I definitely don't want to play Shark to Crab. Or I could, just because it's my most expensive card. Yeah, I'll just play 2/2 Krasis. Just not very ambitious, but... Oh, that's a pretty good result. It's a lot of one-off king art. Who's spiraling? Wow, sauce. How can you not know who spiraling is? Not even joking. Alright, little short-term rewards. Boop. Gems.
There are really cool ways to attack the format. I've seen Tron be fairly successful against the Phoenix lists that are kind of the talk of the tournament. Though, you know, we've got, I'm sure folks on Phoenix ready to, you know, take flight into the top 8 here.
Yeah, it looks like based on the metagame breakdown, which you can view now by clicking around, like just there with your old.
I didn't even look if my hand was playable.
You can actually see the breakdown of what the day 2 metagame looks like, and it is overpoweringly Dredge and Phoenix.
Yeah. We're hearing notes that Marcus did end up losing that match, so that's our preliminary information. Of course, could be wrong here.
All right.
That sucks. Probably means you can't make top 8 anymore. I should have mulliganed that hand. I was not even really paying attention. And one land. Am I playing against a like teamer reclamation deck maybe? Because I don't think people are playing straight blue-green reclamation. And oh, I guess it's not the worst draw. I'm not gonna draw land. Yeah, Murph is a mod these days. Just showing people he's harmless.
So how long have you been doing it for now then?
Wow, that's a pretty sick cosplay.
4 years.
4 years, okay. What? And was it Magic cosplay wasn't the first then? What did you do before?
It was.
Oh, it was?
Yeah,
Oh.
I usually do pairs with my husband, and we were Brooke Relentless and Liliana the Veil.
Is your husband off camera now? Yes. We'll see him in a moment. So, why Magic Fest? What are you doing at this Magic Fest?
Just basically greeting fans, talking to them, handing out bounty tickets, challenging them to fights.
What formats?
Any format, actually. Limited, we can sit down at a table, play Cube Stack, and if you win against me, you get 10 tickets.
Wicked. And where can people find you on the internet? Where are your handles and things online?
Kensadie on Twitter and Instagram. It's just KENSADI.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
I think one of the most important things about, you know, improving at Magic is reflecting on your games. You know, making sure that you're trying to learn from the games that you play, as opposed to you know, blaming your losses on luck, or like, oh, I got so unlucky in this match. Just try to focus on what you think you could have improved on in your match, because that's basically the only place for growth there. You know, like you can't affect the variance in the game, so you're gonna have to roll with that as much as you can. You're gonna be playing tons of matches, and you're gonna lose a lot of them. But it's important to realize that, you know, the most important thing you can do is improve and you know, realize what you're doing wrong. Blaming it on other stuff.
Hello, Kristen. Who are you and what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm a concept artist and
Pretty good deck.
Illustrator and independent artist, and so I'm doing lots of different things.
Alright, I'm gonna concede. Should have mulliganed. Oops. Pretty cool, these little interviews. It's been pretty insane that there's literal zero downtime the whole weekend.
Right? Like it's very different. So is there
It's pretty smart too.
You know, I'm not sure. I have a couple names for it. One is a term I'm trying to coin called sci-fidelic, right? And some things I would call maybe transhuman toy punk. I don't know.
Those are wicked names though. They have a good ring to them. They have a good ring to them. So what? How did you get into Magikarp? How did that happen?
Well, so I did. I used to go to LuxCon and other fantasy art conventions, and I would meet a lot of acquaintances who did work with Magic, and so I had a lot of people in, you know.
This artist has tried to approach. Yeah, I know.
This one.
Should I just not do a silent stream and just have the CFB audio in the background? You think you were 10s before the round you won and you're not gonna top 8? Spencer the Omniscience says hi. Say hi back. My theory, and it's based on basically nothing but a few games and stuff, is that you should just build your decks the same way you would for best of freeze land-wise, right? You're just gonna get like better hands on average, but it probably should almost never influence your deck building decisions. What did your team think was the best deck to draft? We thought Esper was the best. Darwin's Acuity. The Darwin's Acuity deck's really strong. Darwin's Acuity, Orzhov, Simic, and Gates, I think, are... Orzhov, Simic are the two best two-color guilds to draft, or two-color combo to draft, and then I think Esper and Gates are up there too. Our 3-color decks and 5-color decks were doing better than our 2-color decks on average. But our 3 and 5-color deck were doing worse than straight Orzhov or Simic. Basically, I would try to start with a blue, white, or black card. I mean, I don't know if you watched, maybe you weren't watching me draft a lot, but... Alright, I have a pretty big army here. It's looking pretty grim. Should I even play it out? I'll play it out, I guess. Maybe I won't have the greatest attacks. Rakdos is so bad. Rakdos and Gruul are not great, but they're not bad enough that you're not going to have a good deck if you're the only one drafting them. Alright, I'm actually going to stop playing this deck because it's obviously really bad against white. I mean, my draws were not good, but... I think this deck would be probably pretty decent against Esper. And decent against red. Maybe I should keep playing it a tiny bit. The problem is white. When I built it the first time, I was just playing like Baneslayer Angel to try and like cheat wins. I guess my draw was kind of bad this game. I stalled on lands and stuff. I'll keep playing a bit. Hey Spencer, good game. Sorry, I was in tougher opponent. Ooh, Ari likes it on Where Prison 2, 12 and 2. Grixis Shadow. That is kind of dependent on the Shadow list. How many Colligans can be in main? I don't think they play Colligans can be in main anymore. 0 Colligans command. So basically game 1 if you resolve 0 balls. So if Harry ever resolves a bridge, sideboard 1 rejection, 1 color. Wow, that looks like a good matchup for Harry. But obviously, like, Kirk's Shadow can instead just have the discard Stubborn Denial draw, and I mean if you draw well, you don't need your sideboard cards. Damping Sphere is not too bad. It's decent against Snapcaster. Definitely Death Shadows. Try to cast multiple spells a turn sometimes. How much time left in the round sauce? When are we going to know if you made it?
Ari's letting the judge know that his opponent tried to play an illegal Thoughtseize, which is fine. You're not allowed to do that.
Why did he play an illegal Thoughtseize?
This is what you're supposed to do, right? And then usually there'll be a warning assigned to Francisco. No big thing, just a simple warning, and then you just move on with the game.
Wait, he read the card, cast Inquisition, and then tried to cast Thoughtseize for 1 mana? Well, I hope he got a warning at least. I don't know, it's kind of weird.
EE for 1?
Sure.
So this is protection from...
Yes.
I actually had an interesting JVR spot, and as usual, I did not call the judge. So it was first round of Standard on day 2. I got paired against Wilson Muck. The guy who top 8'd the last PT was Jeskai Control. And at some point in the game, he attacks with 2 creatures, and then I think for a while, but he had a bunch of other tap creatures, and then he goes, oh, and this flips because he had Legion landing, and I kind of like wait for a second, and I don't know if you noticed, I like had I'm guessing I had like a small reaction to that, but yeah, he's like, oh no, never mind, you know. So I don't know if I think he caught himself. I'm pretty sure he wasn't trying to cheat. Because it was like kind of confusing and some time he had passed, so it was definitely legit. But I did think about calling a judge and be like... And I don't know, I probably should. I'm not sure if I should. Like, I never know. I feel like I'm too lenient sometimes, and then I overreact and call the judge when I shouldn't, but I ended up like not calling the judge, but because he caught it pretty fast. And when I told him, I actually told him I was thinking about calling the judge, and he was like, oh no, I didn't even see a reaction or anything. I don't know, he didn't seem sketchy to me at all. Alright, I'm just going to counter to any spell. Yeah. It's true calling a judge is almost never wrong to do, but... Oh, is that the wind? What the... Can you hear that? You can probably hear that. Wow. I don't think I've ever heard the wind like... so loudly. That's pretty intense. Not sure what I should do here. I guess I'll just play Teferian Plus. It looks like a third of the districts in France or départements are in orange alert. Ariel lost? Oh, he lost game 1. How does the game deck win game 1? He has 1 Pirate Spellbomb and then Academy Runes. It's not deck. One clear to mine, bunch up removal. This deck looks like gas. Maybe I was just supposed to say go one more time. I'm just kind of screwed, I think. Yeah, I'll probably play that game bad. I know it's kind of awkward. Maybe Teferi's just not good in this deck. Maybe it should just be Vivian Reed and like the +2, the untapped 2 lands does very little for me. Sometimes when I have Mystic and then I have a few negates and Blink in the Eye and whatnot. Oh, I should have blocked the 2-1. Jeez. Oh my. Oh, that's GG. Alright, let's focus a bit. Is it too little, too late? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I get to live. I might actually be able to stabilize. Probably not though. Oh no, I can't even. Oh yeah. No. It costs 5, 6 mana to incubate my druid. Alright, whatever. I should have won this game. Let's focus a bit. Platinum and tier 4? Is that like high? Do you start at tier 1 or tier 4? Is tier 4 the last one or the first one? I think it's the last one. Maybe I should just play straight blue-green. So I have to go through platinum, then diamond, right, to get to mythic. Just gonna play Mystic enough turn if they don't do anything. Well, these are stuck on lands. Kill their obsession. Get a counter. Attack, flip. So this is legendary, but I can like use it, play the second one, flip. Yeah, no, I'm never gonna have enough mana. How much mana would I need? 4 plus 3 plus 4. 4 plus 3 plus 3. I need 10 lands total plus the climb. 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty far. Oh, I'm already down to 6. I didn't even realize I was that low. Probably have Trickster. No Trickster. Is they were just trying to kill me with Trickster. I mean, if I play a blocker, I just tap it and attack for 6. I did not know who is Afterlife on Magic Online either, but the name does sound familiar. How's Ari doing in game 2? Let's see, are 2 of my creature lethal? Yes. They only have 1 blocker, I have lethal, but it's very unlikely they only have 1 blocker. What do they have 2 blockers? Then I'm not... Make knight +1, double it, that's 7, 8, no, I'm still, even if I draw untapped mana, I'm still 1 point short, so I need their hand to be really bad. They're in the tank. Alright, a little aerial axe action. That does 1-line hand. Open it as a tanker. Okay, so they blocked the biggest one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know, maybe they don't know what the cards do. Could I have played this game a bit better? I could have, I held my elf back a couple attacks. Maybe I should have tried blocking with Sedana's Climb. Doesn't seem like a winning line. I wonder if I still had the blue-green deck. Yeah, the blue-green deck was pretty good. Where is it? Oh, it was blue-green Climb. That's just like blue-green good stuff. I think that deck was pretty good. Having maybe a Mystic or 2 would be sweet. Should be able to counter Wrath of God. Play Dimir. Play Scarab God. Dimir doesn't sound very fun. Is there a list, or is it just the Manfield list? Dimir sounds like the kind of deck that would benefit from sideboarding. Alright, let's swap deck a bit. Hey Canvas. Hey Wing Flurry. Any decks was Mirror Match. Is Mirror Match playable at all? Mirror Match's gotta be a gigantic meme, right? Alright. Francisco's down to 5, but he probably doesn't care that much.
Keep killing it, Gab.
Thanks, Wang. Appreciate the support, buddy. It was good meeting you. Tough. So they're playing control. I guess Waterworth Walker is the play. A, it survives Crab to Carnarium. And B, this way I get... It's not going to be good later in the game. Well, it could be. I could go like Harpooner, and then save my Walkers and Branch Walkers for later. But this seems like... I actively want to play my Branch Walkers because I need lands, and... Yeah, this seems... pretty... Get creatures with counters in play. I attack for one less this turn, but... I'm not sure how this deck is going to do against control. Esper is very strong. But I have 0 dead cards. Just like always playing a bunch of creatures every turn is pretty good against Esper. Like their deck is good, but it can be a tiny bit clunky. Thought Erasure is, I wouldn't say it's a brick, but it's probably pretty bad in this matchup because I just have all creatures anyways and no dead cards, and it's just they're spending mana for not a great return. Area lost, yeah. Sounds kind of unlucky.
Really funny people. So we try not to take it too seriously, but we do love the lore, we do love Magic Story, and we're really
I was wondering if it was different interviews because I've seen that chick. I think it's the third time. I don't think it was the same thing every time, but maybe not. Maybe it was different interviews. Hey, Get Smart, what's up, buddy? You're a celebrity now. Get Smart was on the stream earlier, on the GP stream. No big deal. They showed like 5 seconds of footage of GP coverage, like I don't know, 5 years ago maybe. It was him and Rowdy Knight in the booth talking. Oh, really? Grixis Shadow is tough for Prison? That doesn't make sense. I thought it might be okay because the Grixis player had very little against Artifact. He had 1 Colorgam's command in his sideboard and 1 rejection and pretty much nothing else. So I thought it might actually be okay for the Prison deck. Is blue-green just a worse red-green deck? Should I just play red-green monsters instead? Oh, it's step 1, trying to get rid of the fairy. It looks like they have 2 removal spells in hand, though. Alright, I'm just gonna play my Jade Light Ranger. And if they have a Wrath, oh well, they've already played 1. They only play 3. I think is the standard now. Maybe even only 2, some lists. Hammer time.
For a long time, and there's a lot of reasons why. First off, Magic's the best game in the world, and these are great competitions. Whenever I can get to a Grand Prix, I try to do so. I think the competition's great. I enjoy playing Magic at a high stage. I love the fact that there's great side events, that there's artists to meet and sign your cards. I've got a lot of reasons to come. I've got a lot of friends and a lot of new ones that I make at every event. I love seeing the fans and people and just everyone else.
Hey there, welcome back to the booth here at GP LA. Marshall Sutcliffe with William Huey Jensen. This is brought to you by Channel Fireball, and I want to say thank you to...
Ooh, Legend Reel. I just realized.
We're having a grand old time. We've got Luis Scott Vargas and Riley Knight alongside us as well. But for now, we're in round number 15, so this is your deciders for the top 8, and we've got some time-shifted Magic on a match that is still underway. So let's go start at the beginning, and then we'll get caught up to where they are right now.
Should I just ignore Kaya?
We are back underway. Jay Trojan is playing against Yuta Takahashi. Yuta's playing fairies, but I always put a little asterisk after it, Huey, because it does play Spellstutter, Sprite, and Bitter Blossom. But those are cards that are fairies or care about fairies, so that's a thing.
Yuta, what's his like top eight percentage? And I think he literally top 8s modern GPs more often than not, right? Was the fairy deck. But someone has the stats on his GP top rate in the past XGPs. Yeah, the deck's not very good, right? I mean, I've tried it. It's fine. I've played against it. It's like a fine deck, but I don't know. Honestly, he probably makes like no mistakes. I mean, it just shows you how much play there is to modern and how much knowing your deck matters. Can I just kill them? 5, 10, to 6 to adapt. I guess I have Mortify, right? I have 9 mana. So I don't have the mana to go elf, put a counter on elf, and whatever, I'll do it. Alright. Utah top-8'd in one of the 5 modern GPs he played in 2008. 2018. Okay. Somehow we could still maybe win. Probably includes Ring Crisis next turn. That's the thing about this deck. If you get into mid game, I have 4 Incubation and 4 Crisis. You're basically supposed to never not play a Crisis, I feel, at some point. You made top 8 sauce, alright. Maybe this is it. Who else is in the top 8? Any names you recognize? Alright, I should probably scoop. How many Teferi have I gotten rid of? 1, 2. There's the Hearthstone's Pro. Okay. Could open Magic Online, but I'm kind of lazy. Titan Shift. That's probably kind of a tough matchup for fairies. It's probably like pretty close actually. Depends if Titan Shift gets up to a good start. Courser, that's spicy. Looks like the list is kind of spicy. 2 Courser, 2 Colony Heart, 1 Flame Splash. My experience playing these decks is that playing cards that don't ramp, I feel like you always end up getting punished. It's like these decks where, in some ways, even when you think you're like buying time with your removal, you're like costing yourself more than you're losing. It's like super tricky to get the right amount of. Alright, can I win even if I chain Crisis? Probably not. Yeah, it's... You need to find the right inflection point where you don't, like, get punished. Like, even when you get good value out of your removal, sometimes you just rather play a Ram spell anyways. Do we like first pack Battleman? The rest of the pack is pretty bad. I don't feel comfortable helping you draft in the top 8 sauce. I would appreciate you actually not asking for advice in chat for... I don't know, it's kind of... I don't know, I guess... Yeah. I'd rather not encourage the behavior. Would you not let us help you? Well, I don't know. The only really important tournament I streamed, it was the Mox, and when I got to top 8, I just ended the stream because I felt like it was too high of stakes. I feel like there's a line where you need to, you know, draw the line. Like, I need to draw the line at when it's like actual, like most tournaments. I mean, you could always argue that, you know, the vintage challenge is relevant, especially with the points now and stuff. But I feel like, you know, PTQs, actual real mocks, whatever it is, you know, the one that actually qualifies, all that stuff's like. Oh, Corey B, what's up? Can I get some bombs in chat? Any Corey B subs? Nice, nice, nice. I'm not sure if my bomb son is on point or not. All right, two crisis. I wonder if I should just go beat down here. I'll just play both. A chain whirler is going to be really good. Yikes. That's pretty brutal. Alright. Not bad. Yeah, I'm still at 17. Hopefully these harpooners holds the chain whirler back. What a kind of... I'm just playing like straight blue-green climb. What are you getting for food, Corey? You want X1s and BO1s? Or you mean like 1 toughness creatures and BO1s? Tacos? Wow, I always get so jealous when someone in the States tell me they're gonna get food because I always assume it's gonna be deliciously disgusting. You prove my point once more. Alright, let's move on to the next brew.